Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. Hey, baby, how's it going?
Super duper. How are you?
Very nice. Did you have a nice weekend?
I had a fantastic weekend.
I did too. Thank you to everybody that celebrated the 4th of July safely and didn't burn their house down or anything. That's good. For those of you who had accidents, what did I warned you on Friday? You should listen. Hey, a couple in India plans to get married 2,000 feet above the ground. They're going to be suspended by ropes between two mountains.
That's what we did.
That's exactly what we did. No, we didn't do that. But the couple's names, which I won't even try to pronounce, will exchange vows between mountains called Duke's Nose and Duchess Peak. And there'll be a priest hanging there from another rope. So it's good that they got the priest to get involved in this whole thing. Instead of with a megaphone down below, do you take this woman? So it'll be interesting. I wonder how many people are going to be at their wedding to watch this, to be witnesses.
Will they also be suspended?
I don't know. If you were the best man, would you have to hang on a rope to do it there? I don't know how it works. Coming up, we're going to talk about a study from Michigan that's telling us all about blueberries. That is on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
A new study by researcher E. Mitchell Seymour of the University of Michigan shows that a diet high in blueberries. First of all, do you like blueberries?
I really don't.
I like blueberries. I don't have them
like
often.
Blueberry flavored stuff, like blueberry cheesecake, but I don't like blueberries.
Well, a diet high in blueberries reduces abdominal fat. Ooh, the kind linked to increased waist size and increased risk of diabetes and heart disease. As an extra added bonus, blueberry-eating rats also improved glucose control. So there you go. You got that going if you're a rat. I don't know if that'll work in humans, too. That would be for people with, blood sugar that needs to be more stable. So if you're diabetic, they're saying maybe talk to your doctor about eating more blueberries.
Or just start eating more blueberries. Why would you need to talk to your doctor? It's not like the doctor's going to say, I really wouldn't recommend.
Steer clear of them blueberries.
Blueberries.
Okay. I'm just saying, don't take advice from me. I would talk to somebody that knows more about blueberries, because I don't know. I like blueberry. Does that count?
I love blueberries. See, that's what I'm saying. I like blueberry flavored
that was
things.
Some good cereal right there. Coming up, we're going to talk about...
Probably linked to my abdominal fat as well.
Well, we've got a dumb criminal in the news. We're going to chat about him coming up in a bit.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVWheelator.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVWheelator.com.
You know it's true, Heidi, because I heard it on the radio.
Okay.
They say lightning might not strike the same place twice, but some criminals are dumb enough to do that. In Germany, a guy by the name of Rainer Hammer, he went out to a local club and he was mugged 3 times in 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
He went to the bathroom and he had his wallet containing $200 and his cell phone stolen by 3 different attackers. He called police from outside the club using a friend's phone, but while he waited for cops to arrive, he was approached by 3 other men who stole his watch and his cigarettes. As he leaned back against the wall...
Say, what was left to steal?
Well, as he leaned... Well, you'll find out. As he leaned back against the wall to recover... Another group of 5 men approached him and stole his jacket and the last of his small change in his pocket.
Oh, my God.
So this man was robbed not once, not twice, 3 times in the same night at the same club.
He needs to hang out in different neighborhoods.
I'm not, I'm not like the smartest man in the world or nothing, but I am pretty sure... After the first time, I would get out of there. I'd go to a different club or something.
He probably had to wait for the cops because he filed a report, so that's probably why he was sticking around.
He could have stayed somewhere safe. I'm just saying, you don't keep wandering around looking for more trouble. Again, this is a guy that's in Germany. He went to a club, got mugged 3 times in an hour. First time, had his wallet and his phone stolen. Then later he had, what did he have stolen the second time?
His watch.
His watch and his cigarettes.
That is just bad luck.
The third time.
Poor guy.
His jacket and his change.
Oh,
He's standing there in his underwear when the cops get there. Where were you guys? Got nothing left. That is a bad way to start your day. Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. I hope you're having a better day than that. And you're going to have a great week as well. We appreciate you joining us right here on the John and Heidi Show.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again?
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. You've heard the saying, friends don't let friends drive drunk, right?
Yes.
It's a good saying.
It is a very
do
good
that.
saying.
But they could maybe even say friends don't let friends drive when they're stupid. And if that were the case, this guy'd be in trouble. This happened in Santa Clara, California. The guy was drinking and driving. And he also had a suspended license. And both of the men in the car desperately needed to use the men's room. So they saw a bus and they thought, hey, let's follow that bus and we'll go to the bathroom at the bus depot. So they start tailgating this bus very closely, thinking, hey, we're gonna just follow these guys. Well, they followed the bus all right. Turns out it was not a Greyhound bus like they thought. It was not going to a bus depot. It was a Department of Corrections bus, and they followed him all the way through the gates of the local jail. And when they saw what was going on, the jailer locked the gate behind him and made the job really easy. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
This is definitely your brain on drugs. Coming up, we've got your moment of duh.
That is bad luck.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
Travis Snyder had what he thought was a foolproof plan for robbing a house. Boy, was he wrong. He rang a doorbell, went in and said, can I use your phone? And that's what he did. But once he got done on the phone, he said, I want you to give everything that's of value to me. What he didn't expect is the owner pulled out a gun. Well, he got out of there as quickly as he could. He made a quick exit. Case closed, right? No. Here's what happened. When his girlfriend got home, she saw that there was a number on the caller ID that they missed a call. So she called back. Well, the guy actually called his own house.
Oh, my gosh.
So the lady called and said, I see I missed a call from this number. And he's like, who's this? She goes, and said who it was. They used the homeowner's own caller ID to track down Mr. Travis Snyder and arrest him.
Oh
he called his own house.
Gosh, what an idiot.
Yeah, if you're going to pretend to use the phone, they were nice enough to let him use the phone. Then they caught him, so he made that easy, too. We've got the Scoop of the Day coming your way. Thanks for joining us on a Monday.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, the Scoop of the Day. Greece has formally defaulted on a $1.7 billion payment to the International Monetary Fund. That's a big payment.
Oh, that is.
That's a big IOU. You're going to want to keep that one right there.
Yeah.
Thereby becoming the first developed country to ever default to the IMF. So you got that going on. With no broadcast home in place, the 2015 Miss USA pageant will be made available for streaming only on July 12th. So if you care about that, you have to find it online, and it'll be on the official Miss USA website. You think they're going to have a big bump in numbers there?
I don't really care. They won't. Not from me.
It'll
I don't
be
know if they
interesting.
will from anybody else.
I've never really been a pageant watcher. It's not my thing.
No.
At a fundraiser, President Obama predicted the oceans will rise 4 feet within our children's lifetimes. I wonder if there's other stuff that had to do with that, or if he just threw that out there. We're meeting about something else. But while I'm here, I think the oceans will rise 4 feet in our children's lifetimes. Now back to whatever we were talking about. That's all they have. The story is that line. That's it. Shoebuy.com has confirmed a nationwide survey that women really love their shoes. 20% admit they are aroused by new shoes more so than by their significant others. I have to ask.
I knew that was coming.
Do I want to ask?
I love shoes. I love shoes.
Let's just move on. She happens to be my significant other. It's rush hour in Philadelphia for thousands of baby toads as they hop across busy residential streets on rainy summer nights. Why do toadlets cross the road? Well, to get to the woods on the other side, where they will live and eat mosquitoes and grow up to be full-sized American toads. After a couple of years, they'll make the reverse trek as adults unless they get squished by cars. And that's where the Toad Detour comes in, Heidi. The Shoikill Center for Environmental Education set up roadblocks each year at this time in the Roxborough neighborhood, rerouting cars so the toads can cross the 2-lane street with no fear of croaking.
Isn't that nice?
Croaking. All right. A recent report shows that about half of American 17-year-olds can't identify the books and historic events that have always been basic cultural touchstones. 48% said they didn't know what 1984 was about. The movie 1984, the book 1984. 49% didn't know that Joseph McCarthy was crusading against communism. Only 43% could place the Civil War as being fought between the decades that it was fought between. A spokesperson says it shows that schools are concentrating so much on teaching math and reading that kids are not learning basic history, literature, and humanities requirements to maintain common culture. So it'll be interesting to see where we go for that. Government study suggests a lot of teenage girls are clueless about their chances of getting pregnant. In a survey of thousands of teenage mothers who had unintended pregnancies, about a third of them didn't use birth control, and they said that they didn't believe they could get pregnant. Why they thought that was unclear. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the survey didn't ask the teens to explain, but they just...
Yeah, let's spend all this money doing a survey and trying to figure stuff out, but we won't ask the follow-up question that is probably pretty important.
Yeah, other researchers have talked to teen moms who believe that they couldn't get pregnant the first time they had sex, and it said that they didn't think they could get pregnant at the time of the month, or they thought maybe they were sterile. So there were the two answers that they thought. So there you go.
Wow.
A man who escaped imprisonment over 30 years ago turned himself in. 50-year-old Alan Richardson of Rochester, New York, was arrested in 1971 on drug charges, and he went to Canada. Well, he pled leniency and told the court he was sorry for being a foolish young man, decided to surrender himself and make peace. The judge said he had no choice but to sentence him to at least 4 years in prison, which was his original sentence. He would have been done and over with back in 1975.
Wow.
So there you go. I'm proud of the guy for turning himself in.
Well, yeah, good for him.
And our strange law for today from Glendale, Arizona. Did you know in Glendale, Arizona, it is illegal to drive your car in reverse?
I did not. How do you get out of your driveway?
I don't know. I'm assuming it just means you can't drive down the road in reverse.
I would hope so.
But maybe
or
that's...
get out of a parking spot.
As soon as I read this, I was thinking about, what was it, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? Or
yes.
what car? Was he driving in reverse? No, it was License to Drive. Where they drove in reverse to the hospital.
Drive, yeah.
Ace Ventura, he had his windshield smashed out. He was looking out the window.
Looking out the window.
I don't encourage either of those, by the way.
I do.
Don't do
I
that.
very strongly encourage both of those films. They are phenomenal.
I encourage the films. I'm saying don't encourage people to drive that way.
I thought you meant you didn't encourage people to watch either of those films.
The films are funny, but don't drive that way. This has been your Scoop of the Day.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. We've got a special guest on the line, don't we, Heidi?
We do. I love it when Arnold calls us.
Arnold, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Very good. You know, we wanted to connect with you. We've got all these different people that names are just coming out of the woodwork. Everybody's running for president. You're not running for president, are you?
No, not this time. I'm very busy with my movies and film work right now, too.
That's awesome. And I've been seeing some of the work. You're doing great work.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I'm very proud of the work I am doing now.
Well, like a fine wine, you get better with age.
Oh, thank you very much.
So now we were talking, Heidi was reading an article about, it said your biggest regret in life was not making things work out with Maria. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is true. I had a lot of regrets back when a few years ago when all that news came out about my illegitimate child, and the one person that helped me through it was Dr. Phil, and we when I was in the studio there, and we did a karaoke version of That's What Friends Are For. He really helped me through that time.
I remember that. That was a beautiful duet that the two of you did.
I think I still have a copy of that here somewhere.
Would you like us to play? Would you like us to play that?
Would you be so kind as to play it for me?
Yeah.
I would really like to hear it again.
Well, we can get that on for you. Well, Arnold, good luck to you and everything that you're doing, and thank you so much for taking time to chat with us on a Monday.
Oh, thank you, John and Heidi. Have a great day.
Bye-bye, Arnold.
Bye-bye.
Arnold, I've always considered you a very good friend, so why don't I just put my thoughts into song for you?
And here's Arnold with Phil, and they are singing a duet. That's what friends are for. Thanks for joining us on the John and Heidi Show.
And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, Well, then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you. And then the times when we're apart, well then close your eyes and know these words are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, oh, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. Oh, for sure. 'Cause I tell you that's what friends are for. For good times and for bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Now that's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. Do you need a hug, Arnold? Please.
Hello, this is Arnold. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by carsforsale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at carsforsale.com.
Today is a very special day, Heidi. You know what today is?
What is today, John?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. Today is Monday, the 6th day of July. Time is flying by. Today is Earth at Athelion Day. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means.
It's International Kissing Day, also known as World Kissing Day. So one or the other. You can call it whichever. And they're both correct. I've heard it both ways. And it's also Take Your Webmaster to Lunch Day. So I think this was made up by a webmaster somewhere. He was really hungry. He's like, you know what today is?
Did you know today is Take Your Webmaster to Lunch Day?
Take Your Webmaster to Lunch Day.
I sure am hungry.
I don't got no plans if you want to take me to lunch and stuff. So there you go. Get out there and celebrate with your webmaster while kissing. It is International Kissing Day as well. As we celebrate this, the 6th day of July. Thanks for joining us on a Monday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
Feeling like garbage? Well, listen to what happened here. An Omaha man suffered multiple fractures recently when he apparently fell asleep in a dumpster.
Oh.
Not a good idea. Even worse,
Why?
The dumpster was picked up by a city trash truck. That's when 28-year-old Keith Quick was having the ride of his life. He was let out several stops later by the garbage truck, who had no clue Quick was in there until he heard Quick calling for help. But by that time, he had already compressed and compact the garbage either 2 or 3 times. He doesn't know for sure how long he was in there. He's listed in fair condition at the Nebraska Health System University Hospital. So here's the thing. Just kind of a
why
pointer.
Would you sleep in a... I mean, unless he's homeless and he
Even
needed to be warm
homeless,
or something.
I don't
know.
Don't sleep in a dumpster. Another one.
Gosh.
I remember we read a story not too long ago about a guy that got run over by a train because he was sleeping on the train tracks. Do you remember that?
Come on.
So don't do this. Another guy that fell asleep in a tree and fell out of a tree.
Yeah.
So we've had stories about people sleeping in bizarre places and while sleeping having bizarre things happen to them. I don't know if they're narcoleptic. Is that the right way to say that? If you suffer from narcolepsy?
Yeah.
But if you're
I think so.
narcoleptic, I could see where you'd fall asleep doing that.
But how could he have gotten in the
I
dumpster
don't
and
know.
just happen to fall asleep in a dumpster?
Maybe he was in there jumping on the trash and got, tuckered out and said, I need a rest. I have no idea. That happened in Omaha. Coming up, we're going to talk about why you should have more fiber. And we're going to also talk about, what are we going to talk about? People that don't think things through. I know some of those people.
So do I.
I don't know if I want to read that story now. We got a lot of fun stuff to share. It's a Monday, and we appreciate you joining us right here on the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Log on to DollarShaveClub.com/radio to learn more. That's DollarShaveClub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
Do we get enough fiber in our diet, Heidi?
Probably not.
Because it says here, if you eat more fiber, you could live longer. That's the message from the largest study of its kind, and they found a link between high fiber diets and lower risks of death, not only from heart disease, but from infectious and respiratory illnesses as well. The government study also ties fiber with a lower risk of cancer deaths in men, but not women for some reason, possibly because men are more likely to die from cancer related to diet, like cancers of the esophagus. It finds an overall benefit to be the strongest for diets high in fiber from grains. You making notes? We need to be checking into this. Most Americans are not getting enough roughage in their diets. The average American eats only about 15 grams of fiber every day, or much less than the current daily recommendation of, guess how much?
How much?
25. Most of us eat less than 15 grams. 25 for women, 38 for men. So there you go. For example, a slice of whole wheat bread only has 2 to 4 grams of fiber. I probably get 6 grams of fiber in my diet. I don't eat much of the fiber stuff. We all need more of that.
Yeah.
So let's go get some fiber. Thanks for listening on a Monday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
You ever notice how some people just don't seem to think things through?
Yes.
That happens a lot. 29-year-old Antonio Hernandez of Salt Lake City might be one of those people. He pled guilty to hijacking a Greyhound bus that had just left Green River, Utah.
Greyhound has been on the show twice this morning.
I know. Today's program not brought to you by Greyhound. Not necessarily in a good light in either of these things, but he was intending to use it to smash into his wife's trailer house, his estranged wife's trailer house. Fortunately for everybody involved, he was stopped by the police at the hijack scene. But if he hadn't been caught there, his chances are that he would have probably been caught soon enough. To carry out his scheme, he would have had to have driven this bus all the way to his wife's, again, estranged wife's trailer house in Nebraska. He was in Salt Lake City.
Oh, my gosh.
He hijacked a bus 500 miles away.
Were there people on the bus?
Yes. Oh. It's like, I need this bus. What for? I'm going to run into my wife's trailer. I'm not too happy with her right now. Why wouldn't he have gotten all the way there first and then hijack?
Man.
I'm not saying that you should hijack it.
Maybe he didn't have a vehicle.
He was already on the bus. Ride the bus at least closer to the accident scene. He would have had to have been on the run for 500 miles. Again, I'm done telling people how to do things. I'm moving on. Thank you so much for listening on a Monday.
If you want to steal a bus, here's what you do.
Now I'm an accomplice.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
Pizza. We talked about pizza last week because it is one of those foods that has been delivered for a long time. We got other people now that are wanting to get in the delivery space.
Pizza.
Well, a pizza man saved a man's life. Listen to this. Apparently, a suicidal man was coaxed off the edge of a bridge, not by the police, not by a concerned family member, but by a pizza guy. After nearly 6 hours of negotiations, police in San Bruno, California, called in the heavy artillery to get the man to move off the safety railings of a highway. Trained negotiators put a call in for Gabriana's Pizza. Tempted by the pizza that was loaded with pepperoni and olives, cheese, and peppers, the 32-year-old man opted for a slice rather than a 35-foot jump. He moved quickly back to get a slice of pizza. That's when the officers grabbed him and pulled him to safety. So it wasn't quite what I was thinking. From the headline, I thought like a pizza man.
They talked him down like he was on a delivery and saw a guy in distress and was like, hey, man.
What's going on? Just have a slice of pie with
me.
Come on. That would have been even cooler. This was cool. This was cool. Yeah, it's cool. When things happen.
Off of a bridge for pizza.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to jump. What is that? That's my favorite. Is that pepperoni and olives and cheese? Do you have peppers on there? Amazing. That's what I like. So, they loaded him up. What is your favorite pizza topping? If you could only have one topping on a pizza, what would it be?
Oh, just one?
Yeah. Well, you could have cheese and all that stuff, but I mean one additional topping.
Green peppers.
All right. Not me. What would mine be?
Yours would be pepperoni.
And then what would I do?
You would pick all the pepperoni off because it gives you heartburn and it makes your stomach sick.
I love pepperoni. Then when I start eating it, I'm like, I should probably quit eating this because I feel terrible. But I love it, and I still do. I eat it all the time. But there you go. I wouldn't have gone down for this pizza. I just wouldn't have. I was like, oh, that stuff on there? Yeah. You ordered the wrong one. I'm jumping anyway. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVWheelator.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVWheelator.com.
Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. I got a couple stories if we got room to get to them. First of all, Ford is testing a new program to help you afford one of their new vehicles. According to Time Magazine, they're saying you should rent your car when you're not using it. They're offsetting the cost of new cars by having this peer-to-peer car sharing program. It's available as a pilot program in Berkeley, Oakland, San Francisco, Portland, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. Oh, and in London. So one overseas, too. They cited research showing that 1/3 of millennials were interested in renting their car to supplement their car payment. So if you'll let us rent your car when you're not using it, your car payment will be lower. That's interesting.
That seems like a bad idea to me.
Yeah, I'd like to make my car payment, but somebody took my car. I can see this backfiring. Now, speaking of cars, this was in the news last week, but I wanted to find the story to see if I could maybe explain it a little bit because it didn't make any sense when I heard it. But Samsung is trying to leverage their technological expertise to make the roads a safer place. This is such a neat idea. ABC News reports a prototype truck designed by Samsung seeks to make oversized vehicles transparent on the road. Not completely. You'd still see them there. But here's what this thing does. They have a front-facing camera on the front of the vehicle with night vision capability, and it projects what the semi driver is seeing in front of them. So when you're behind the semi, you would see on a screen on the back what's in front of them. Because there are people who will
try to pass a semi.
I've seen it done.
Yeah.
People will try to pass, and then
there's oncoming traffic that you didn't see, or there's a car right in front of them that they didn't see.
We were one of those vehicles one day. We were driving along, and a guy pulled out to pass right next to us.
So dangerous, and we were just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty freaky. Anyway, the live video images would be projected to the back of the truck, showing drivers behind the vehicle if it's safe to pass or not.
That is a great idea.
So it is a really neat idea. So I guess it'll be interesting to see a couple of different
Samsung is always kind of on the cutting edge of things.
They do their thing. So there you go. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll talk to you again tomorrow on another edition of the John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And your bonus break is brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. I watched a video the other day with the founder of the Dollar Shave Club. He's a cool guy.
He seems to be. I think I'd like to hang out with him.
If you haven't seen the videos, go to dollarshaveclub.com/radio, and I think there's a place where you can click the videos and watch them. Anyway, funny guy.
We should call him and see what he's doing this coming weekend. See if he wants to just hang out.
Hey, what you doing, Michael? I think it's Michael, isn't it?
We're coming over to see you.
I don't even know where he lives. I think it's in California. I have no idea. But anyway, he just seems like a cool guy. And he's got a bunch of funny videos on there. But there was a video that I watched. It wasn't one of the product videos. It was an interview with him. And he was visiting with this advertising guy, and they talked about some of the fun things that they've done and some fun things that they're doing. Just neat things. And I'm actually a customer. I use the razors, and if you're looking to maybe replace your expensive razors with something that's a little more affordable and makes more sense, and they bring them to your door, I mean, awesome.
They really are great razors.
Yeah, and
I keep stealing his razor.
For as little as $3 a month, they'll bring them right to your door. I mean, I suppose if you offer them a little more, they might shave you too. But I don't know if they offer that service, but they should. If you'd like to know more, go to dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Check it out. Now, over here. It probably happened before, maybe to you. You're driving down the road, maybe a little faster than you should. You see a police car. And what do?
Slam on the brakes.
You slow down. A closer look, though, reveals that some of those cars might be empty. Just another way for police to get people to slow down. Well, in the UK, they've tried some other methods. And one of those includes using a fake cardboard cutout police officer. And their latest effort includes a fake cardboard sheep on the side of the road.
A sheep?
Yeah, because people are going, oh, hey, slow down. There's an animal up there. So you slow down for that reason.
I was going to say.
Police, where they think they're going to get arrested by the sheep?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you pull over and check out that sheep?
Don't know what they're doing overseas for their law enforcement, but that seems a little bizarre.
It's a police sheep. Officers in northern UK have placed a stuffed sheep by the side of the road. The idea is motorists would slow down when they see it because it looks like he's about to cross the road. So that's the whole reason for that.
All right.
Over here, Andrew Wilson of Longview, Texas, bought some clothing at Dillard's department store, but he used a stolen check. He probably would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for these kids and their dog.
More for you.
No, it wasn't those
meddling kids.
No, he had $154 worth of stolen goods, but he wasn't pleased with his purchases. So the next day he went
to return
back
them.
to return.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, after they had already found out they were stolen. So an alert salesperson said, "Yeah, we'd like to help you with that. Can you just wait here just a minute?" And that's when the police came and picked him up. He's going to probably get to wear the same uniform for quite a while now. So
oh, what an idiot.
Sure hope he doesn't have any complaints against that uniform.
Oh.
And Bounce laundry, what is it? What we do we use Bounce? They're dryer sheets?
Dryer sheets? No, we don't.
I've seen these before, but I don't think we use them. There's a whole page of stuff you can do with those things. They can be used for so many other things. If you want to chase ants away, you're supposed to lay these near where the ants are, and they skedoodle. If you can also use them to take odors out of books and photo albums that don't get often opened. So if you have books that start to kind of smell funny, stick a Bounce dryer sheet in there. Repel mosquitoes. Tie a sheet of Bounce through the belt loop when you're outside, and they're not coming near you.
Really?
Yeah. Eliminate static electricity from your television screen. You can just wipe them on there, and then static electricity goes away. Freshen the air in your home. Put them in a drawer or hang them in a closet. Prevent thread from tangling. Run a thread through the sheet of Bounce before you try to sew, and it doesn't tangle that way.
Really?
Prevent musty suitcases. Throw some Bounce inside of there. Freshen the air in your car. Put a Bounce dryer sheet under the seat. Clean baked-on foods from cooking pans. Put a sheet in the pan, fill it with water, sit it overnight, and then sponge it clean. Eliminate odors in waste baskets. Place Bounce in the bottom of the basket. Collect cat hair. What? Rub the area with the Bounce, and it'll magnetically attract all the loose hairs. I should do that. I wonder if it's just cat hair or if that would work on people hair, too. So I got some people hair in my bathroom. You are losing hair. And
I am losing hair.
I cut my own hair, so when I cut my hair, I get little fliggins here and there. So I clean it up every once in a while, but I wonder if that would work really well to just make it magnetically attract. I don't know if that sound effect was necessary. If you have static electricity on Venetian blinds, this will make that go away. Sawdust from drilling or sandpapering, that'll go away. Eliminate odor in laundry. Put a Bounce dryer sheet in the bottom of the hamper.
I've also heard that it keeps like mice out of cars. Like if you have a classic car that you're restoring or something that's in a garage a lot, I've heard that putting them in a vehicle will keep them out.
If you have smelly sneakers and shoes, one little Bounce in each one of those will make them smell better the next day. And you can use them in your dryer to wipe the lint trap, and it cleans it perfectly. So there you go.
Huh.
All of them things you can do with Bounce dryer sheets.
Fascinating.
If you want to know more, you have to dig it out of my trash. I'm throwing it away. They probably have it online somewhere. I think it's time to say goodbye again, Heidi.
Goodbye again, Heidi.
All right. This bonus break brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.